Intellectual Property Organization, Arusha Protocol for the Protection of New Varieties of Plants, adapted at Arusha, Tanzania, on July 6, 2015. 5. International Convention for the Protection of New Varieties.
This place not cannot get interrupt. Please tell people to pay attention to the class. It's reading.
B. The communications of courteous exchanges between the Speaker. Courteous exchanges between the Speaker, Richard M. Poole, and His Excellency, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of the Republic of Liberia. C. A communication from Honorable Alex S. Doha, representative Electoral District 3, Sino County, craving the introduction of plenary to invite the Ministry of Local Government and Chairman of the Board of National Identification Registry to provide reasons for the prolonged closure or suspension of the national ID cards. A communication from Honorable Jeremiah Soka, Senior Representative, Electoral District Number 1, Grand Jigar County, informing the Speaker, informing and seeking the indulgence of plenary to approve the committee's technical review and inspection of mining, environmental energy, and land activities in the Republic from March to June, in keeping with the mandate of the committee as enshrined in Rule 57.17 of the House's Rules and Procedures. E. A communication from Honorable Momo Siaka Koto, Representative Electoral District Number 3, Lofa County, requesting plenary to invite the Director General of the Liberia Broadcasting System to explain why the National Language Program 97.7 and ELBC is not ongoing land crisis across the country. Body Representative Electoral District 1, Monrovia County, requesting plenary's intervention in complaints against ZNC Investment Company, Harrisburg Township. A communication from Honorable Steve Tikwa, Representative Electoral District Number 2, Riverside County, craving plenary's indulgence to invite the Minister of Mines and Energy regarding the structural integrity of the Sestor River Bridge. J. A communication from Honorable N.S. Mansi, Representative Electoral District 4, Lima County, bringing to the attention of the honorable body the increase in rape cases across the country. K. A communication from Honorable Thomas Romeo Quia, Representative Electoral District 1, Sino County, requesting plenary to invite the Director General, the Center for National Documents and Records Agency, and the Chairman, Liberia Land Authority, to provide clarification on reported temporary land ownership records and unreported demolition in Monrovia County. A communication from the Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Shannon Brookston, submitting 78 copies of the national budget. A communication from the Honorable Minister of Transport, Sirleaf Arataya, submitting 78 copies of the quarterly budget performance report from October to December. Appearances: the Managing Director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, along with his principal deputies and relevant technical officers, to address the incident that allegedly generated significant fear and panic among residents around the town hall community in Electoral District Number 5, Monrovia County, raised by Honorable Priscilla Abraham, Kuko District 5, Monrovia County. A communication from the Managing Director of the Liberian Electricity Corporation in response to the House's invite, regrettably informing the House of his inability to appear before its plenary due to his absence from the country on official assignment in Brussels. Minister of Labour to address labour issue has raised your communications from Honorable Sumoke Molova, District Number 3, Monrovia County, with relevant supporting documents. The Commissioner of the Land Authority and the Minister of Local Government to address the issue of land dispute between Sino and Grand Jigar counties, raising the communication on the signature of Honorable Alex S. Soba of Electoral District 3, Sino County. The Commissioner of the Liberia Authority to address The issue of deed issuance and multiple land claims in Monrovia raised by Honorable Jerry K. Yoko Electoral District 12 Monrovia County. The chairman of the National Investment Commission and the Minister of Public Works will address the issue raised by Honorable Thomas A. Bourgeois, the second representative Electoral District 5, Grand Bassa County, relative to the alleged denial of opportunities for his people. A communication from the Ministry of Public Works requesting the House to reschedule his appearance conveniently beyond March 5, 2026. The minister could not be in the country as anticipated due to the change in his flight schedule, and upon his return, he is expected to be in cabinet meeting on March 5, 2026. The appearance of the Minister of Justice, the Director of the Archives, the Commissioner of Land Authority, and the General Service Agency to address an issue of land dispute in District 7 of Monrovia County raised by Honorable Emmanuel Dan, representative District number 7, Monrovia County. 10 miscellaneous, 11 adjournments. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, members of the House, the reading of the agenda. Thank you.
The agenda has just been read by the Deputy Clerk.
Honorable colleagues, with the reading of the draft agenda, what is your waiting pleasure? Honorable Foreign Family.
Representative for the family from Bon County, Electoral District number 7 has been selected by the Speaker to make a motion for the acceptance or rejection of the agenda.
Having listened to the read agenda, I moved, if I can obtain the second. Well read. That the agenda be adopted and the following actions be considered on the agenda. 1, that the issues of labor be brought as the only appearance for today, and that in as much as the issue of NIC is currently before the committee, that the hearing will be done in 1 week, as was being mentioned by plenary a few days ago, and that the issue that has to do with ZNC, in as much as an investment matter, will be put into the committee and will go in 2 weeks. And that, if I can obtain a second.
The motion for are you all right to vote? We're ready for Ellis go on.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Mr. Mover. On Thursday, there was serious communication concerning the main issue between Grand Guinea and Sino. As we speak, Honorable Marie Johnson and myself did not sleep last night because there is a fight between our 2 counties and our people. Given the gravity of the issue, Mr. Mover, you have already seen yellow machine. That yellow machine said that. So, Mr. Mover, if you can approve, I carry it back to Sano. Mover, pay attention. There are serious issues between Sano and Grand Guinea concerning land dispute. The 2 of us last night we can ask me. We are appealing to you that the issue of the land with the appearing also of the NRR leadership, those 2 things should be accepted from the 2 letters from me. Please, we don't get our own thing. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, to the movement, I'll be ready to vote were you to accept the inclusion of all communications that have to do with land matters for those concerns to be addressed during the appearance of the witnesses concerning the land dispute.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues to the movement, I'll be ready to vote in my communication of inquiry pertaining to our taxes withheld for my salary be a part of this agenda.
Leadership. Leadership.
But you better give me leadership for annual okay.
You are ready to vote. All those who want the agenda, they can do my thing. Yeah, has it. Call for petition.
So the agenda has been read already, and then therefore today's session. So folks, we are here. Welcome to our broadcast. We are currently live from the chamber of the House of Representatives, who are currently ongoing is the 15th
committee's report.
sitting for the
Special committee's report.
first quarter of the Representatives. So keep watching, stay with us. This broadcast is also available on remote television.
The next person I said, look at
so, I think the chamber is because the chamber is actually back from what we have seen, from what we have seen compared to previous days at this point in the speaker.
February 26, 2026. Report from the Specialized Committee on Employment on the review of the Decent Work Amendment Act as proposed by the Honorable Representative of Monrovia County, Electoral District 3. Dear Honorable Speaker, the plenary of the House of Representatives mandated the Specialized Committee on Labor and Employment to review the bill entitled, quote-unquote, an act to amend the Decent Work Act of the Republic of Liberia as proffered by Honorable Representative of Monrovia County, Electoral District 3, K. Walker. In compliance with plenary's mandate, the committee conducted an extensive and comprehensive review of the bill. The committee examined the proposed amendments in relation to the existing Decent Work Act, the current labor environment, and the need to strengthen legal protection and promote fair, safe, and equitable working conditions for Liberian workers. The committee also considered the legal, administrative, and socio-economic implications of the proposed amendment and determined that the bill is timely and consistent with the national agenda to improve labor standards and ensure decent work for all citizens. The committee is satisfied that the passage of this bill will enhance the existing labor framework and contribute meaningfully to the protection of workers' rights and the promotion of industrial harmony. Wherefore, and in lieu of the foregoing, the Specialized Committee on Labor and Employment hereby unanimously recommends to plenary that a bill titled An Act to Amend the Decent Work Act of the Republic of Liberia be passed into law. That the Chief Clerk of the House of Representatives be and is hereby mandated to forward the duly enacted bill to the Honorable Liberian Senate for concurrence in keeping with Article 25 of the Constitution the applicable legislative procedures. Respectfully submitted, Honorable Professor Thomas Romeo Kuya, signed for the Specialized Committee, Honorable Thomas Romeo Kuya, Chairman signed, Honorable Mary G. Johnson, Honorable Alfred H. Flomo, Honorable Julie F. Weir, Honorable Augustine B. Chiwono, and Honorable Alice J. Grant. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a report from the Specialized Committee constituted to scrutinize the amendment to the Decent Work Act of the Republic. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Honorable colleague, a report from the Special Committee to review the Act to amend the Decent Work Act of 2025 as proposed by the Right Honorable Smoking Monrovia, representative of the Electoral District number 3, Monrovia County. What is the waiting pleasure as it relates to this report from the Special Committee? Omuga Kamara. Your name from Monrovia County. Your name from Monrovia County, Buga.
Our nephew.
Say you started the project when they started the deputy news.
So we are waiting for a motion on the committee report. That's a special committee report from the AHA committee to
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, colleagues, having listened to the
proposed by Representative Smoke District number 3, Monrovia County.
having listened to
We are still waiting to hear what is going to be said by Moka Kamara, Representative District number 13, Monrovia
of
County.
Liberia from the committee. I move in a second that this be the final reading and we concur with it and send it to the Senate.
Motion brought forward by Right Honorable Buka is proposing that the report be the final reading and sent to the Senate for concurrence. Are you around the vote? All those in favor make it number
The motion is the report be accepted
Those against, say yes.
and concurred
Those
and
are
sent
saying
to the Liberian Senate for
the year
concurrence.
has it. Number 2, clapping and economy. Call for motion, bills, and resolution.
Yes, sir. Honorable Richard Namwekun, Speaker of House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia, Capital Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Subject: Transmitter of a bill seeking to amend the Kamara Abdullah Kamara Act of Press Freedom, designated as a protection from gender-based online abuse amendment act of 2026. Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the House of Representatives, I respectfully submit for consideration of this body a draft bill entitled, quote unquote, a proposed amendment to the Kamara Abdullah Kamara Act of Press Freedom. This bill seeks to add a new section to the Kamara Abdullah Kamara Act of Press Freedom to create the offense of quote unquote gender-based online abuse and harassment. The motivation for this bill stems from the growing concern over the pervasive use of profane, vulgar, and insulting language on social media platforms, specifically targeting individuals based on their gender. While Liberia has made commendable strides in protecting press freedom, a gap remains in protecting the dignity of our citizens, particularly women and girls, from the unique harms of online gender-based attacks. This is of concern to many Liberians, including former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who said in an interview, quote unquote, many countries have laws that set the standards of conduct for people who use the air, radio, newspaper to be able to say things that are totally contributory to causing problems in the society and saying things that are false and rude. In drafting this amendment, I have been guided by two fundamental pillars of our Republic's 1986 Constitution. One, Article 5B, which directs the Republic to ensure, through legislative action, equal rights and opportunities for all citizens, irrespective of gender. This bill is a direct legislative effort to fulfill this constitutional mandate by creating a specific legal framework to protect all genders from targeted abusive speech that undermines their dignity and right to participate in public discourse without fear of harassment. 2. Article 15. Article 15 of our Constitution guarantees the freedom of expression. However, this bill is grounded in the qualifying clause of that very article, which are robustly protected by the original Kamara A. Kamara Act. Instead, it seeks to establish clear boundaries where that freedom is abused to inflict harm through profanity, vulgarity, and wanton insults motivated by gender, thereby holding individuals accountable for their actions. This bill is carefully crafted to balance these constitutional imperatives. It provides clear definitions, establishes necessary defense for protected speech and press activities, and prescribes proportionate penalties, including fines or imprisonments. It is intended to complement the recently passed Cybercrime Act of 2025 by adding a specific focus on the gender nature of online abuse, reaffirming Liberia's commitment to international instruments like CEDAW and the Maputo Protocol. The bill establishes a difference between being vocal and being abusive and insulting. It defines profanity as an obscene, vulgar, or insulting language, obscene as extremely offensive or not contemporary comment.
We'll see the bill. Yes. Raising national issues are never issues.
As extremely offensive under contemporary community standards of morality and decency, grossly repugnant to generally accepted norms deliberations on what is appropriate, and verbal abuse as emotional abuse inflicted by one person on another by means of words, especially spoken words, in a way that causes distress, fear, and similar emotions.
So with that, children will start reading, and we have some order here. Mobility. Let me first see your just there, but this time we didn't sit outside there. You my man, I know, very well, leader. Thank you so much, sir. Let's continue.
It is my firm belief that this proposed amendment will fortify our laws to better protect the dignity of all Liberians while upholding our cherished freedom of the press. In line with our rules and procedures, I kindly request that this bill be read for the first time, properly numbered, and referred to the relevant committee for public hearings and subsequent reporting to plenary. With warmest regards, I have the honor to be yours respectfully, Honorable Yan G. Flomo, Representative, Electoral District 2, Nima County, Republic of Liberia. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a proposed bill from your Honorable colleague, Yan G. Flomo of District 2, Nima County, and this constitutes the first reading of the bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief Clerk. Honorable colleague, the bill proposed by the Right Honorable Yan G. Flomo, representative of the Church District number 2, Nima County, and an act, a bill seeking to amend the Abdullah Kamara Act of Press Freedom. What is your will and pleasure? Honorable for the family.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of the said bill, I move that the said bill be sent to the Committee on Judiciary and that they will be put in 1 month.
Motion being forwarded and the bill be sent to judiciary in 1 month duration. Are you already voted? Already, Honorable Jacob Dimi.
Motion is the bill be sent to the committee and make a report
will be made to expatiate and allow colleagues to make an input before it goes to the committee, the relevant committee, for their information, for the experience of the establishment.
That is the only committee room. It is really where the you expect information to be on the committee as well. Alex Noah.
I'll be ready to go if you have to add information to the judiciary. Information is a movement.
So reject.
Are you reject information?
Please be attended. The movement, please be attended.
Yeah, listening to him.
Already, Alex Noah.
I will be ready to vote if you have to add the committee on information.
So reject.
Honorable Musa Benedict.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Co-Presiding, my fellow colleagues, to the movement, I'll be ready to vote if you allow the proponent of the bill to at least expatiate on the bill. No, you reject. I mean, let me say you don't go to school.
Yeah, we never rejected the whole thing. Then he said, well, if you allow the proponent to expatiate on this bill for at least 5 minutes.
The proponent will be given the opportunity to present before the convener, so reject.
Thank you.
What amendment made so far? Who already voted? We're gonna add information to the committee. Information. Yeah, I want to vote first. Okay, over Ellie Atore.
I learned it from you. I learned it from our ability. You know, in America, you're living more.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, to the movement, I'll be ready to vote it and add a committee on information.
So I said.
Thank you very much. All right, let me already vote. All those in favor, make it to signer. Here has it. Thank you so much.
So, our communication from Liberia County
Legislative Speaker's bench.
Representative Yaji Kolo, or some meeting for legislative admin.
Yes, sir. Office of the President.
So that bill has been sent to committee room.
Office of the President.
After the president,
all right.
Office of the President. February 25, 2026. Honorable Richard Nambekon, Speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to submit to the Honorable Legislature for your kind consideration and ratification the following conventions, protocols, and treaties of significant importance to Liberia's national development and regional integration. 1. Basic text of the 2005 Convention of the Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expression, 2023 edition. Basic text of the 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, 2022 edition. 3. The African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, Kampala Protocol on Voluntary Registration of Copyright and Related Rights, adopted at Kampala, Uganda, 2021. The African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, Arusha Protocol for the Protection of New Varieties of Plants, adopted at Arusha, Tanzania, on July 6, 2015, the International Convention for the Protection of New Varieties of Plants of December 2, 1961, as revised at Geneva on November 10, 1972, on October 23, 1978, and on March 19, 1991. The WAPO treated or intellectual property, genetic resources, and associated traditional knowledge, adopted at Geneva on May 24, 2024. 7. The WAPO performances and phonograms treated, adopted in Geneva on December 20, 1996. And the WAPO copyright treaty adopted in Geneva on December 20, 1996. These instruments collectively represent strategic policy initiatives with far-reaching implications for Liberia's cultural preservation, intellectual property management, investment promotion, and sustainable national development. Given their importance to strengthening Liberia's intellectual property rights framework and advancing regional stability and integration, I respectfully urge the Honorable Legislature to ratify these international instruments. Sincerely, Joseph Newman Boakai Sr., President Republic of Liberia. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, so reading.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Honorable colleagues, the communication from His Excellency, the President of the Liberia, Joseph Newman Boakai Sr., submitting for legislative enactment the following conventions and protocols up to 8. What is your will and pleasure? Honorable usability.
President, yes, I have to implement all of these. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on this matter because there are issues that, as president in the future, 2030, I will have to implement all of these. I move that this communication, number one, which has to do with the text of the 205 Convention of the Diversity of Culture, be sent to the Committee on Gender and Health. The number two is the basic text of the 203 Convention for safeguard of the intangible cultural heritage, be sent to Gender, Health, and Judiciary. Number two. Number three, the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, be sent to Committee on the Commerce and Foreign Affairs. Number four, the African Region information, sorry. Yeah, number three, headed by information. African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, ARIPO. That's information. International Convention for the Protection of New Variety of Plant, Agriculture, and Judiciary. The WIPO, Treaty on Intellectual Property. Commerce and Gender. Information. Another one, WIPO, Performance and Phonogram Treaty, WIPO, adopted in Geneva on December 20th, 1996. Commerce and Information. WIPO again, Treaty on WCT, adopted in Geneva. Commerce and Judiciary. Information, Commerce, Judiciary, Information.
Yes. The Right Honorable Musa Benedict has outlined the various treaty and protocols assigned to various committees. Are you all ready to vote? The Right Honorable Benedict?
Yes, sir.
You ready to go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, please do it one at a time, please. I'm going to go ahead.
Who's ever go ahead? You are not listening to our doctor.
So that I said, the second help you.
Oh, okay.
The question record.
All right.
Let it come over you. How much you take? We have all the ground, but we did this thing right now. So, our colleague can be ready to take it. Number one, please be attentive, honorable colleagues.
Number one, all listed in agenda. So one goes to gender and health.
Okay.
2, health, gender and judiciary. 3, information. 4, information. 5, agriculture and judiciary. 6, commerce and gender. 7, commerce and information. 8, commerce and judiciary.
Clarity, are you all ready to vote? Ready? Let's go on now.
To the movement, although we may have a differences, but I consider it to be big brother. I'm looking at 2 words: convention and protocol. You to I as on advisory committee, the committee on foreign affairs, when it comes to protocol, and the 2 words relate to good governance. I would also want you to add good governance to those committees as an advisory committee. Thank you.
Already,
Mobility.
For foreign affairs, I accept. For who government, I reject.
Protocol and convention related are all foreign affairs issues. So foreign affairs, we want all these committees. Foreign affairs, all the convention protocols. On the blue.
The speaker, deputy speaker, colleagues, to the movement. I'll be ready to vote if item number 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 should be led by the Committee on Information.
already, speak up. Already.
3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 should be led by information.
Already.
Is there one number? What number?
3, 4, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, 3 I accept. Because I think I let your property. Yeah, the same thing. I accept. No, you mean number 4? No, intellectual property. Information chief.
Honorable Speaker, already.
Let me add it. Are you
He's a woman, so he's a gatekeeper today. Okay. Make it gay.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues to the movement. I'll be ready to vote if item instrument number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, all are repo and WAPO related instrument here, be chaired by Commerce Ministry, because the Liberia Copyright Office, the Liberia Intellectual Property Office are all under the Ministry of Commerce, and therefore the World Intellectual Property Organization and the African Regional Office on Intellectual Property are all under the Commerce Ministry. That's why this instrument. Thank you very much. Already.
And make error there.
Already.
I'm going to make error there.
I accept.
Already.
How much time? Let me give you this.
Deputy Speaker, I'll be ready to vote on this motion if the mover can ensure that the timeline for these enactments be given at least 2 weeks before we can You can close because he did not give a timeline. So,
Because in next week, I get it. Because in next week.
Yeah, so you have to give a timeline for
Can you suggest?
So I'm suggesting at least a week. No, he already moved. I can't move. So I want to amend the motion to 1 week. Before we close,
you know, this is not one of your cheap buildings. Okay, these are bills that have to be constructed.
So that around the 19th we close it, so we can make it. The 10th working Friday. The 10th working Friday.
2 weeks. No. You say we are closing on 19.
Yes.
I cannot accept this because Honorable Speaker, I want to speak to him. This thing that we always have here will be expert opinion on them. The committees need to invite people. You already put 3.7 million in the budget for community work. So you will use the money and go out committee. Therefore, I reject.
Already. Okay, so. Already. Okay.
To the moment, I'll be ready to vote. We are going to accept that the community constitutor submit to this a report in 1 month immediately after our vacation, if we will so accept.
Yeah, accept.
With all of the amendments made on the Liberian Treaty, Convention and Protocols, by the right honorable, has some responsibility. Are you all ready to vote? All those in favor, make it by saying yeah. Thank you so much. Next. Application B.
My Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President, Republic of Liberia, Monrovia, Liberia, February 27, 2026. Your Excellency, I present profound compliments on behalf of the entire membership of the Honorable House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature and to invite you to visit and speak to us on Thursday, March 5, 2026, during plenary on issues of leadership and governance. We are confident that your visit with the lower house will lend experience, expertise, and wisdom to the resolution of many current issues and bring much needed relief to our people. Thanks. Respectfully, Richard Namwekon, Speaker, 55th Legislature. In response, March 2, 2026. Honorable Richard Namwekon, Speaker, House of Representatives, Capitol Building, Monrovia. Honorable Speaker, thank you for your letter dated February 27, 2026, by which you invited me to visit and speak during plenary at the Honorable House of Representatives on Thursday, March 5, 2026. I believe that by this invitation, you will be establishing an unprecedented gesture that will go down in history. I am grateful that you have allowed an inspection of the venue for the event by my security, who confirms that the approach for entry has been arranged. I thank you and look forward to the liveliness of our exchange. Sincerely, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, those were the exchanges of the Speaker, Rachel Namako, and Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President, Republic of Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. The former president will be our guest on Thursday. Should be about 11:30 to exchange experiences with us and to tell her what she hopes that will be like few years from now. So it being endorsed our leadership. And I hope we'll all be attending soon on Thursday. Because she coming by 11:30. Then no one can sit for some time to constitute quorum. So I beg you to please be on time. But how you can ask all the questions you get here. You ask all the questions you get here. So leave it to you. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
If you show you fasting, please be careful. I'm fasting for God, not you. But you're talking about the bank.
So, witnesses. I'm okay, guys, now remember us to please get it out.
After the committee are doing miscellaneous, now we have items on the agenda. We should adopt the agenda before the meeting go and give this announcement. Honorable Speaker, that one on the agenda. Honorable Speaker, when plenary adopts the agenda, we go by the agenda. That was not on the agenda. We will not interfere.
Honorable Jacob, give me approach the chairs.
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Jacob, give me please approach the chairs. Honorable Jacob, give me please approach the chairs. The information is central for all of us.
Honorable Speaker.
Jacob has a point. We were not adopted.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, on the basis of cordial working relations with the diplomatic communities, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, in consultation with the leadership, have written the diplomatic communities to pay a courtesy call to the House of Representatives tomorrow at 11 o'clock. On the basis of this, we are cordially inviting all members, all distinguished members of the House of Representatives to be present tomorrow and on time by 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock tomorrow in the chambers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Witnesses.
February 16, 2026. Honorable Richard Namako, Speaker, House of Representatives and 55th Legislature, Capitol Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Subject: informing and seeking the indulgence of plenary to approve committee technical review and inspection of mining, environmental, energy, and lands activities in the Republic from March 1 to June 30, 2026, in keeping with the mandate of the committee as enshrined in Rule 59.17 of the House's Rules and Procedures. Dear Speaker Kuma, I present my compliments and create the indulgence of plenary of the 55th of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature to approve the work plan of the House's Committee on Lands, Mines and Energy, Natural Resources and Environment, to commence a technical review of operations of the mining, energy, lands, natural resources and environmental activities in the Republic of Liberia from March 1 to June 30, 2026. The technical review will include, but not be limited to, holding of hearings, review of technical periodic reports submitted to relevant authorities, and inspection of production sites or work stations. Honorable Speaker, as a global demand for
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, today is the 3rd of March, and the chairman of the all have never told us, not say anything to us concerning our gas.
Okay.
So
we do not want to mess with us, please. We don't want to mess with us.
Honorable Speaker, as a global demand for transition minerals and rare earth elements intensified, the Republic of Liberia stands at a critical juncture where the management of our mineral wealth must be aligned with the highest standards of transparency, environmental stewardship, and community benefits. The Committee on Mines, on Lands, Mines, Energy, Natural Resources and Environment has observed its pressing need to reconcile the operational data provided by various key operators in the sector with the live realities of our host communities and the ecological integrity of our nation. Furthermore, the social and environmental implications of mining have taken center stage in the public debate. As exploration expands into more remote areas, often inherited by indigenous populations or communities following traditional lifestyles, the rates of conflict increases, especially in Liberia. Our attention is drawn to the increasing conflict in the land crisis, the fast pace of environmental degradation, unsustainable management of the natural resources, and massive smuggling and pressures with the instant global of precious mineral has added unprecedented pressure to the mining sector for minerals like lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements. Honorable Speaker, I reviewed the environmental technical mining reports of Class A, Class B, and Class C activities. The committee will ensure that operators are not only following the norms of Liberia, but are also adhering to international best practices. The proposed technical review will follow a structured 3-month hearing and inspection schedule. One, that is March 2026, data acquisition and preliminary audit. The committee will summon all Class A and B operators to submit their quarterly production and export reports for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. This phase will include a desk review of environmental impact assessments and social impact assessments. 2, April 2026, fields inspection and community consultation. Committee members and technical experts will conduct on-site visits to mining sites across the country. Special attention will be given to the quote-unquote corridor problems, social and environmental disruption caused by transportation routes, and the effectiveness of community development support. 3. Month 3, May 2026. Sentencing and final reportings. The committee will hold public hearings to allow stakeholders, including NGOs and community representatives, to provide testimony. The final report will recommend legislative or administrative action to plenary. As we endeavor to provide critical and impactful oversight, please accept assurances of our high regard. Sincerely yours, Honorable Jeremiah Gao Sogan, Representative Electoral District 1, Green Judea County, Chairman, Houses Committee on Mines, Lands, Mines, Energy, Natural Resources, and Environment. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of the communication from the Honorable colleague, Chairman of Mines, Lands, Mines, Energy and Natural Resources, Jeremiah Gao Sogan Senior of District 1, Green Judea County.
Inquiry. My inquiry, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my inquiry is premised on the communication read. I'm seeing the rule quoted here is that has enshrined in Rule 57.17. We don't have Rule 57.17, so that I want to know whether it was an error. So that's what we know. Is that an error?
Yeah, error.
Okay, so I want to make sure that we are. Okay. Now I'll take the motion. And I want to let you know that I've just completed 3 semesters of law school. Yeah. I just completed yesterday. So they changed, I mean, the thing is shifting. Yeah, 3 semesters. The numbers, the idea is changing. Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the communication from my distinguished colleague from District Number 1, Green Judea County, specifically outlining the importance of the mining sector. I know all of us will agree with him that the issue of our natural resources is a serious and important matter that we have to take cognizance of and ensure that the minerals are protected. Other countries are using gold as a reserve, moving from cash. So I'll move, if I can be seconded, that the proponent of this communication be given 3 minutes. Okay. We move that it be noted, it be endorsed, and that leadership appropriately provide the monies that is needed to ensure that this is undertaken.
The motion before and then seconded on the basis of leadership giving the authority to perform such tasks. Are you all ready to vote? All those in favor make it to say yeah. Over so can you be authorized and plenary to carry the tasks. Our witnesses.
The other one was there, the one yesterday.
organization from plenary, they will acknowledge the birthday of our Honorable Chief Clerk, J.J. So honor we ask somebody to read the song. Somebody that is in the choir of the church, in the right of the civil,
Happy birthday information.
On behalf of the legislature, we want to say thank you. We want to say happy birthday. We appreciate everything you do for us, not just for us, but for the country. So we have a token that will send you and your clerical staff to lunch. Thank you.
And just know $1,000 US.
So our witnesses are here.
Decent question. For the sake of transparency,
Please tell us how much to do with you. Keep that. I don't know. Because we don't have put in there. How much to do with keep that down and say, okay. Okay. We want to know that now, baby. I say it's okay.
So we start with the communication requesting the Commissioner of the Land Authority and the Minister of Local Government addressing the dispute in Sino between Sino and Virginia County, as spoken by the Reverend Alex Noah. And then we'll move over to the next one. Multiple claims of land issues in Liberia. And then finally, we look at the issue of Happy Kono, so now the GSA, Land Authority, and the Ministry of Justice. So moving out order.
Honorable Richard Namakon, Speaker, House of Representatives, the 55th Legislature, Capitol Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Subject: craving the indulgence of plenary to invite the Minister of Internal Affairs, that is the local government, Liberian Authority, and other relevant authorities to provide insight and clarity on the growing land and boundary disputes between Sino and Grand Counties. Dear Honorable Speaker, We present compliments and hereby right to bring to the attention of plenary the growing land boundary dispute between Sino and Grand Judea counties. Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues, for the past months, tension has been mounting between citizens of Sino and Grand Judea counties, specifically the people of Palm Town in Sino and Bow in Grand Judea over boundary dispute between Grand Judea and Sino counties. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues, predicated upon the above, we write to create the indulgence of plenary to institute the following. 1. Invite the Minister of Local Government to give insight on the unfoldings in that part of the country. 2. Invite the Liberian Land Authority to clearly explain to this August body denotative and quantitatively the land boundary between Sino and Grand Judea, as well as provide the geographical map clearly indicating the boundary between the two counties. 3. Set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the matter and subsequently report to plenary within a specified time frame. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, land issue in this country is not an issue to be taken lightly because it has a propensity to plunge our people into chaos and perpetual confusion. So on this note, we are kindly requesting plenary to act expeditiously in giving this matter the utmost attention it deserves. Please accept, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues, the compliments of our highest esteem. Respectfully submitted, Honorable Ellis S. Norn, Representative Electoral District 3, Grand Judea County, Sino County, and Honorable Mary G. Johnson, Representative Electoral District 2, Grand Judea County. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, the invite. February 27, 2026. The Commissioner of Liberia Land Authority, Ashman Street, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Mr. Commissioner, I present compliments and a directive of the Honorable House of Representatives in section request that you reappear before the plenary schedule for Tuesday, March 3, 2026 at 10 a.m. Mr. Commissioner, this call is predicated on complaint of an incessant land dispute allegedly existing between Sino and Grand Judea counties. According to a communication under the signature of Honorable Ellis S. Noah, Representative Electoral District 2, Sino County, for the past months, tension has mounted between the two counties, especially the people of Palm Town in Sino County and Monrovia over boundary issues. In view of the aforementioned, Honorable Commissioner, you are called along with the relevant members of your team to ably address the matter and provide, where necessary, geographic map clearly indicating the boundary between the two counties. Thanks ever so much for your prompt attention. Sincerely, Mildred, Chief Clerk. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, those are the readings of the complaint from the honorable members and the invite for our guests before us.
Thank you so much. So on the side, yes, sir. We ask our witnesses to introduce themselves and then recite the pledge. Together. On the other level, you get communication. Yeah. Okay. One motion, sir. Okay.
February 17, 2026. The Honorable Speaker, Honorable House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia, Capital Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Reference: communication to plenary is invitation to the Liberia Land Authority on deed issuance and multiple land claims in Monrovia. Honorable Speaker, there continues to be growing concern among citizens regarding the increasing incidence of multiple individuals claiming ownership of the same parcel of land in and around Monrovia. These situations have resulted in disputes, destruction of properties, violence, prolonged court cases, and serious stress to public order. As representative of the people, it is our duty to exercise oversight over public institutions whose mandates directly affect the peace, security, and property rights of our citizens. In light of these recurring land disputes, I respectfully request that plenary invites the Commissioner and Deputy Commissioners of the Liberia Land Authority to appear before this honorable body to provide detailed explanation on the following. 1. The legal and administrative procedures used by the Commission in issuing deeds and other title instruments. 2. The safeguards and verification processes in place to prevent duplication of land deeds. 3. The system for maintaining land records, including surveys, archives, and digital registry mechanisms. 4. Measures currently being implemented to prevent fraudulent claims and overlapping allocations. 5. Actions taken to address the growing number of land-related conflicts within Monrovia and its surrounding communities. 6. Any proposed reforms aimed at strengthening transparency, accountability, and public governance in land administration. The persistent nature of these disputes call for immediate clarification and policy discussion to ensure that our land governance framework protects citizens and upholds the integrity of property ownership. Wherefore, in view of the foregoing, I respectfully urge that the Commissioner and his deputies be mandated to appear before plenary at the earliest possible date to provide comprehensive testimony and respond to concerns raised by members. Respectfully, Honorable Jerry K. Yabo Senior, Representative Electoral District 12, Monrovia County. Invite. For the land issue. February 18, 2026, the Commissioner, Liberia Land Authority, Ashland Street, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Mr. Commissioner, I present compliments and by directive of the Honorable House of Representatives in section, kindly invite you to appear before its plenary on Thursday, February 26, 2026 at 10 a.m. Mr. Commissioner, you are called to address the alleged increasing incidence of multiple individuals claiming ownership of the same parcel of land in and around Monrovia. The reported situation has resulted in disputes, violence, and at times prolonged court cases. In a communication addressed to the floor of the House, Honorable Jerry K. Yobo Sunian, Representative Electoral District 12, Monrovia County, has alarmed the seriousness of the recurring disputes around Monrovia and in some parts of the country, threatening the peace of the nation. Against this background, the background of the aforementioned, you are to come along with your deputy commissioners to give a detailed explanation relative to the below counts. 1. The legal and administrative procedures used by the Commission in issuing deeds and other titled instruments. The safeguards and verification processes in place to prevent the duplication of land deeds. 3. The system for maintaining land records, including surveys, archives, and digital registry mechanisms. 4. Measures currently being implemented to prevent fraudulent claims and overlapping allocations. 5. Actions taken to address a growing number of land-related conflicts within Monrovia and its surrounding communities. And 6. Any proposed reforms aimed at strengthening transparency, accountability, and public confidence in land administration. Best regards, sincerely, Mildred Edison, Chief Clerk. Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of the second communication of the same nature from Honorable Jerry K. Yoba, and they invite ourselves, our guests currently before us. Thank you.
To have the sergeant place our witnesses of it.
Can we have those who are
No, this one is not.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and the Honorable Member of this Honorable House of Representatives. I'm happy to be here this morning, and by way of introduction, I'm Galapa Wozikotinai, Director General of the General Services Agency, who is the custodian of all government assets, including land, vehicles, buildings, etc., etc. I was waiting yesterday that I should have appeared, but I missed the time, and later came by 2 o'clock, and there was someone to be here this morning. So I'm here on the case of the Happy Corner land issue at Waterside. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Honorable Speaker, and Deputy Speaker, and the member of the public at the time. So I'm Joe K. Willen, Vice Chair for Liberian Land Authority, for Liberia. So call by our Honorable House. So, be upon the required by
we discuss the particular thing today. Nobody will give you the whole discussion.
By the invitation of our Honorable House, my chairman and I supposed to be here this morning, but due to a heart problem, he had to rush to the hospital. So he's never allowed to come to hear from our people from here.
Well, we just saw him in the office. No, I called the office.
On the register for legal instrument national card, we are kindly this afternoon to respond to the communication by due to the chief of the office. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and all members of the House of Representatives. I'm Dr. Mahmoud Solomon. I'm the Commissioner of Land Administration at the Liberian Authority. and accompanying Vice Chair with regards to the communication sent to the Liberia authorities. Thank you.
Without communication. They're also overwhelming communication
February 27, 2026. Honorary Number Coon, Speaker and members, House of Representatives, 55th Legislature, Capitol Building.
Inquiry.
I listened to the letters that were read, and the invite included the Minister of Internal Affairs. We don't see him here, we don't see a representation. In my view, we need to be clear whether we can carry on this discussion without the Minister of Internal Affairs, especially on the issue that put us on Sanokan and granted. So I guess it's going to be that one very clear.
Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I extend my compliments and write to formally request the plenary's consideration.
To add up to what Honorable Sibu just said concerning the absence of the Minister of Internal Affairs or local government. Sometimes last week, Honorable Speaker, we invited the Minister of Local Government without notice. He also stayed away. And now with the issue that has to do with our two counties, it has to do with the local government, and he should be here. So I don't know again why he's not here. If there's an excuse. And so that, but the minister is not the sole person in that institution. If he's busy, he should be able to send another person.
Okay, well, you are just that minister call anyway. They travel. They don't make a decision how we are for. Yes. And I was trying to make the better reform and not going. How much you like? Maybe other communication with that issue.
Then why he thinking it's not coming from national unit? That'll stop that. That'll stop that.
This is plenary decision of our community. Please allow the chief to read the other communication.
Why is it not our then why is he using our resources right now? When you're the woman always here, he's not here. And you justifying it. Not being confirmed. Is that what he's saying? He's a public policy. Why is it using our resources? Is it using our, I mean, using our money?
Please allow the chief to read the communication from our right honorable lawyer down.
I will not take it back. I will not take it back. I will not take it back. And you don't deserve, I will not take it back. Trust me on that.
Our Jimmy is okay, it's okay. Our Jimmy. Our Jimmy. Our Jimmy. Let me take it back. What you can be continue.
Dear Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I extend my compliments and right to formally request the plenary's consideration to invite the following individuals to a hearing aimed at providing clarification on a contentious land dispute that has emerged in the Happy Corner community located in District 7, Monrovia County. 1. Councillor N. Oswald Tuer, Minister of Justice. Honorable Samuel F. Kwakio, Chairman of the Liberia Land Authority. Honorable Galakba W. Katoman, Director General of the General Services Agency. And Honorable D. Nelson Bangal, Director General, Center for National Documents and Records Agency. Additionally, I seek to invite Mr. Mohammed Alawi, Mr. Hassan Sani Jishi, and Mr. Sekou Dolly, who are claiming ownership of the contested land, to appear alongside the leadership of the Happy Corner community. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, available information suggests that the land in question is legitimately owned by the government of Liberia. However, the current occupants, residents of Happy Corner, have alleged that the aforementioned individuals are concluding to claim this public property unlawfully. They have raised serious accusation that these individuals are using fraudulent documents to facilitate the eviction of long-standing residents. This situation has caused stress amongst inhabitants and has led to escalating tension within the community. I believe that through this hearing, we can gather essential testimonies, conduct a thorough examination of documents, and ultimately work towards a resolution that upholds the rights of all parties involved, particularly the affected residents. I trust that you will give this request the utmost consideration as we seek to resolve this conflict. With my highest regards, respectfully, Honorable Emmanuel Dan, Representative Electoral District 7, Monrovia County.
So everybody will identify the people who later case, so we can move over to the witnesses. So such as Alex Dua will move over to whichever level. So whichever level will be right down, and we end up with actually winner. Oh yeah, okay, both of you. Okay. So we start with you. Couple of photos over, please. Can we wait and read until we let them communication, then they will take a decision as if we should continue the absence of the General Affairs Minister.
Mr. Speaker, and I'll be clear again, if you see, except the GSA, Director General, everyone else is a proxy of out of the head of the institution. Against this and leave us looking at whether they can do full representation and address the issues. We gotta be clear on that focus.
I think you're right. The land issue is a very
Let's see the communication from the Rebel
March 2, 2026. Honorable Richard Nambekon, Speaker, House of Representatives, the 55th Legislature, Republic of Liberia. Subject: request to invite officials of land authority for clarity on the ongoing land crisis across the country. Dear Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I write to respectfully crave the indulgence to invite the chairman of the Liberian Land Authority, along with all his deputies, to appear before this honorable body to provide clarification regarding the ongoing land grab and land reclamation crisis affecting our country. This situation is increasingly alarming as many families are being displaced and rendered homeless at a time when we are approaching the rainy season. Additionally, several business centers are being damaged and demolished, resulting in significant financial losses for business owners and creating further economic hardship for our people. Given the gravity of these developments, it is imperative that the Liberian Land Authority appears before this body to explain the circumstances surrounding these actions and to outline the measures being taken to protect citizens' property rights and to maintain order, transparency, and fairness in land administration across the Republic. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, this is growing public concern regarding recent developments in land-related decisions emanating from the Supreme Court of Liberia. Many citizens perceive that the statutory authority vested in the Liberian Land Authority is being significantly affected by judicial pronouncement, thereby creating uncertainty in land governance and enforcement. While we fully respect the independence of the judiciary as a co-equal branch of government, we must also acknowledge the tension and confusion that these developments are generating amongst our people. If not carefully managed within a framework of our constitutional separation of powers, we risk escalating disputes that could lead to serious conflict and social instability. As representatives of the people, we are often the first point of contact when tensions rise within our communities. It is therefore our constitutional responsibility to exercise proactive oversight and ensure clarity, coordination, and institutional harmony among the branches of government for the sake of peace and national stability. I owe to the Liberian people to act with vigilance, courage, and legislative fortitude in addressing matters that threaten peace, property rights, and public confidence in governance. I therefore look forward to the full support of my distinguished colleagues on this matter of urgent national concern. Respectfully submitted, Honorable Anthony F. Williams, Representative Metro District 2, Bel Air County. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable members, that was a reading of a communication from your honorable colleague, Anthony F. Williams, in relation to the same issue applied.
Thank you so much. So we ask the sergeant to place the witness. You say that I'm Sergeant, go ahead.
Call your name and position and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear testimony I'm about to give as it relates to the hearing be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Please keep your hands up like testimony. Call your name I do solemnly swear the testimony I'm about to give as it relates to the hearing will be the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished group of members, the witnesses appointed for this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have issues to address. One, we don't have the lieutenant representative here, local government here. We don't also have the justice ministry as it relates to Obama's case. So we ask plenary to make such decision on behalf of us. So the local government wrote communication related to that. So we asked the proponent first to help us make the decision. Example, Sado Kandi, Sado Engineer. We don't have the minister of local government here. What do you people prefer as proponent? We would already say excuse. So wait forward. Over there. So Mr. Speaker. Information was information.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Court, Thank you. Look, I got to keep quiet, man. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My information is, Speaker, you did ask a question as to whether we're comfortable with the witnesses. For the situation in my district, I want to inform you that I'm comfortable with them because I'm seeing faces of those who have been deeply involved with the crisis. So they can, I believe they can respond to my situation.
Thank you so much. You okay?
My issue is exactly what Jan spoke to. In as much as it's a plenary issue now, but the situation is such that he is in the forefront in his district. My only disappointment is the fact that the Internal Affairs Minister wrote a letter to us, who actually telling us a specific time. And for the issue in Sino County, which I'm very passionate about, we can't discuss anything happens. We can't discuss that issue because the Ethiopian minister must be here. He has the sole authority to speak something. Yes.
Okay, so we proceed with the others. So we ask our proponent to lead the way forward. So we start with Jerry Humble.
Jerry, what am I letting you go? Jerry,
with the only way forward, the proponent now has the floor. Jerry, go ahead. Your kids, let your kids. Yeah, let the people the kids.
No, but I'm talking because you're not here.
Information with DC College.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, and colleagues. My information is the former Minister of Internal Affairs. The former Minister of Internal Affairs may now come here to respond to motion hearing. He will get appointed, forget the appointed as Minister of Internal Affairs. Local governor, thank you for correction. He's here to be confirmed, and on the basis of that, you cannot invite him here. And as a matter of fact, the former Minister of Internal Affairs let me speak around the campaign building because he is not a government official from Monrovia. No, I'm not making a government. I am not.
I'm colleagues. I'm colleagues. So DC calling me, get it back. Yeah, so I'll put an order. I'm ready for.
The information on the website of the executive mansion is stated clearly in, I think, the last paragraph that is there somebody else that to read? So I'm giving you the reference for you to go there and read. In person, the minister. Honorable Deputy Speaker of Distinguished Colleagues, the former Minister of Internal Affairs, now Minister of Local Government, was commissioned at the Executive Mansion. That program was held. And the announcement from the Executive Mansion page is stated that they will just transition to the Ministry of Local Government.
Information.
It was commissioned, yes, it is there. And I'll look for a reader so that it's coming in problem. Yes.
Others are still. They were commissioned. So what is it? Yakwa, please continue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker. Esteemed colleagues, I'm happy today that we have been able to bring the authority of the land commission in prior to this to address legal concerns that our people are faced with. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, as we are aware, the land issue in this country is a major issue that we should not take for granted. And over many years, individuals have owned land for over 30, 40 years. But we have realized in recent times that our post system have been issuing granting individuals who have claimed to be administrators of estates have gone into our various districts, especially my district, taking over land that people have owned for over 30 to 40 years. And I can tell you there was a situation in 2022 that I had to hire a legal team to fight for my citizens. And we came to realize that the ruling that the court gave was completely fraudulent. And the land was awarded to an individual who had no legitimate claim, but he was awarded the land, the property. And then the former Chief Justice, His Honor Francis Koko, presided over the conference, and at the end, we came to realize that the authority who gave the deed was completely fake. Now we are having similar issue again in our district and in the greater part of Monrovia. So that prompted me to write the communication seeking the appearance of the land commissioner to come here today to tell us what are the procedures that they have in place in giving these and awarding properties to these individuals. So I'm seeking the indulgence of this august body to join me to ask this agency, which is headed by the commissioners and the authority that are his deputies, even though he's not here, but I think one or two of his deputies came, and I think they can be able to answer those questions. Because if we are not mindful, sooner or later we'll have people start to kill each other for land. So, Honorable Speaker, I will rest and I will ask the witness to answer this question as per my communication. I think I have 6 points in my communication, and I would really love for them to answer each of them with all evidence and documentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Next, on Madame, they'll move on to Anthony Williams.
So they happy for us there, right?
Oh, yes, certainly. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I would like to use just a minute of your time to inform you about this land dispute in my district, specifically the Happy Corner community. There's a very big community in District Number 7, Monrovia County, and I have been informed, and I believe these witnesses will speak to that a huge portion of the disputed land belongs to the government of Liberia. I will trust you to note, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, there is a syndicate in this whole land business that has gone, prepared documents from where we don't know, and they are claiming ownership of the land. Not just that, there are two Lebanese and a Liberian who are claiming ownership to that property, and they have gone threatening the people of Happy Corner community, coming using police to evict the people overnight, throwing their things and damaging their belongings. It happened recently, and I had to intervene and put the situation under control. These people that we invited, Mr. Speaker, Deputy colleagues, need to clearly give us update about the status of that land in the Happy Corner community. When did the individuals purchase that land? Who processed the documents for them? How did they acquire the land? I just want to know the legitimate owners of the land in question, because the people, things have been thrown outside. Some of them sleeping out in the streets. The things are, you go outside, you see it right on the main road, and it is embarrassing. It's a serious crisis down in my district. Now, I don't know if there was any investigative survey done, because the Land Rights Act of 2018 clearly states that in these cases, an investigative survey should be done, sanctioned by the court, and done in collaboration with the land authority. Was that investigative survey done? What was the output? What was the result? Did you conduct that survey to understand the metes and bounds? What informed the judgment?
Order. The gentleman said we'll talk for 1 minute, 1 minute over.
And so, Mr. Speaker, the land authority is here to tell us the status of the land in Happy Corner. As representative of the people, this is part of our responsibility. We are specific about Happy Corner today, but it's a serious national issue. Each of us sitting here today has this kind of problem in our district. And it's hard time we began to focus on it, defending our people who elected us to this position. So like I said, 1 minute, I would like to stop here, Mr. Speaker, Deputy and distinguished colleagues, to give the witnesses the opportunity to address themselves and answer all of the hard questions relative to land crisis in our country. And I'm specific about the land crisis in my district, the Happy Corner community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Information will take information.
Mr. Speaker, colleagues, Mr. Speaker, this information I'm about to give, in Liberia today, this is the rumor that passing around, especially that have to do with the ACA, with this whole land issue that is going around. There's this information that we're hearing that these people who claim land, they engage the ACA, howsoever way they get information about people's land, and they go the bad dead deed and put stout water on it and put. But listen. Mama got mind so that when the witness is about to speak, we know how to put this hard question to them.
Information and knowledge. Yeah. So keep the question. Ready? I'll give you the floor is yours. Yes, the issue you have on the agenda for land. The board already here.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my communication specifically intended to address the land crisis across the country, not a specific area that has to do with land conflict. Since 2018, the Land Act was passed, and then Article 52, Section 3 states that within 36 months, the government of Liberia through the Land Authority should be able to conduct a survey that will be able to establish the boundaries between government land and public land. Up to date, the government of Liberia through the Land Authority, they have yet to conduct such survey, which of course is one of the recipes for the conflict that is going on. The second thing, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the Land Authority needs to come and tell us who is in charge of the land in this country. For example, all of us here, we are buying land in 2026, 2025. I can assure you, by 2038, 2039, when we are not in power, our land will be taken away from us. It's what's happening right now. People bought their land in the 70s, in the 60s. Today, in the presence of the Land Authority, those lands have been taken away from these families. They have been made homeless. Business institutions have been damaged in this country. We are here, and nothing is being happening, and nothing is happening about it. As we speak, I yet to understand the Land Authority, the Supreme Court, and the surveyors who is in charge. Because, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, before you buy land, the surveyor must give you the assurance before you buy the land. So I'm wondering as to whether who should we hold responsible whenever these things happen? Should we hold the surveyor responsible, or the Land Authority, or the court? Because the court part, gradually they are undermining the land situation in the country. Once you carry case to the court, they don't even want to know what happened, they go strictly by what before them. And the D, so DE 1980. Before you come to yourself, they will just overturn the case. At the end of the day, parents are getting homeless on a daily basis. So I want the Land Commission to tell us what is the relationship between they and the surveyor. Because as it stands, to buy the land, surveyor will give you the assurance. So if I buy the land today and go, the land has been probated, it has been placed in the ACA after 10 years, and then they come, they say, oh, the land that you bought, it was not properly purchased, you are being misled. Who should I hold? The surveyor, Land Authority, or the person who sold the land to me? So I think the surveyor, we need to make sure that the Land Authority will tell us the role of the surveyor in this whole purchase of land. Because the surveyor, I'm strongly detecting that the surveyor is the one that causing this fire. Because if the surveyor inform me, I can get money in my pocket, I will never buy that. They say, don't buy land. The land have been purchased by Mr. X for the past 6 years, for the past 7 years. I won't buy that land. But as it stands, as soon as you get the surveyor money, they say, bring brother D, bring sister D, they will take another D from inside, they sell the land to you. At the end of the day, when mother D comes, they say, sister D, brother D, it's not valid. So I want the Land Commission to tell us what is the role of the surveyor in the sale of the land and to address the land conflict. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Now that the proponent has made the premise, we ask the witnesses to take the stand. We start with the Land Authority. The Land Authority, please take the stand. Yeah, so you're going to address the issue one by one. First of all, we started with the Habit community because the CSA boss is here. So you can excuse us. And then we move on to the issue for the railroad majority and like that. So we start with that and the Habit community first. So we're going to start discussion first, then we end up with the CSA boss.
Okay. Speaker. And the Honorable Deputy Speaker. I'm happy to be here this afternoon. The gatherings, it will open up opportunities to gain some priorities, and we all can work together to solve the increasing problem in what we call land problem. So, and the land issue in Liberia, we need to take it serious because it's a serious problem that will take over so many lives time to come. And the issue about getting land in Liberia from 1847 up to that time.
Inquiry. I'm the speaker. Yeah, the witness is broadening the conversation. You are specific. The issue addressed the happy comment issue. When the GSA boss leave, then we go on to the broader issues.
Okay. The happy corner I had a thing that was set on, and so I will call my technician to give the detailed information with the Commissioner for Land Use and Management, Mabu Salman.
Okay, I understand.
Well, also, Honorable Speaker, Liberia Speaker, and member of this honorable body. Specifically regarding the issue of happy corner. In August 2023, the judge of the civil law court, I think, Judge Boda area, informed the land authority of an impending dispute within the waterside area, particularly happy corner, and that the tailor union there was claiming that the land in happy corner is government owned. And the land authority, being a statutory institution responsible for managing government land in Liberia, was asked to go identify government land in happy corners. The land authority initiated the process through stakeholder engagement, all parties, and subsequently author a survey. We went in and did a survey. Sarah, I thought I would present the resulting map, but I have it here. The board is here. We did the survey and we found some interesting facts. Firstly, the Cooper family has property in the Happy Corner area. In 1976, there were adjudication done on specific area in Liberia. And you bear me with this, most of the area, for example, Cinco, Central Town, that the adjudication process was done at places with less land issue. So we have an adjudication map. The Cooper family need appear on that adjudication map in multiple areas in Happy Corner. Interestingly, the main area that the tailors are occupying, there's a name on the map, Edward Cooper, of which the Happy Corner, the Cooper family were not able to show any document claiming ownership for that particular land. So over a period of time, the Happy Corner Tailor Union, making use of the water fund, started to clean the land from the water. So they did some backfilling and they went, I had a specified acreage there. So they cleaned additional portion, expanding the claim of Edward Cooper to that of the one reclaimed from the waters. So the fact that the hair of the Cooper could not produce deed for that particular area on the adjudication map, the report recommended that such area be set aside as public land to be managed by the Liberia Land Authority, which is a statutory function of our institution. The heirs of the Cooper refused to that and they took it to court. And interestingly, the Land Authority has been able to understand they are even using a very old ruling from the Supreme Court with one Keita, which was not part of the discussion we had previously with our own investigation. So as it stands, that case is in the court, and as you all know, there are two ways we can resolve land issues, through the court or through land authority. What we did was the ADR, which is non-binding. So the case that is currently with the court and going through the legal process, though the land authority can be called from time to time to provide clarity. That's one. Regarding the issue about what we've done, this new board of commissioners on top over realize that, and we all can bear with it, that if land issue is not settled, there will be a lot of the possible issues might happen in this country. So what we've done of late to address some of the particular questions that were raised here
The first thing, the issue of public land, we issued through the President's SONA of 2023. Last year, we issued the guideline, temporary guideline for the land rest out of 2018 and then already asked. Those are our legal reliance with particular provisions. We have been able to streamline the process. Working with our Swedish counterpart in the land sector, we have developed a land solution at no cost to the government because we're struggling to be able to adequately fund the land authority to be able to implement some of the reform measures. So we developed a solution which is entirely offline, and as of December 17, 2025, we issued a release that effectively January 1, all these coming from surveys should use a standardized deed form we prepare with enhanced security features. Some of the security features I will not be able to mention here, but they are embedded within this deed. There was public outcry, and we extended that up to, even from the court, because there was some time the court was closed, we extended that up to March. So effectively March 1, no new survey will be done on the old deed. They are all being done on this new deed. And Honorable Speaker, one of the problems we had in the land sector was when a surveyor did his work, he comes straight to the probate court and probates it. And by law, it's binding upon the land authority to register that information.
Information.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my information is the witness. I heard a witness saying, Senate 3, President of Liberia, State of the Nation that just placed the hold on the seat of public land. And it's actually 2025. When the President January, when he came to address the state of the nation in January, and that address took effect as of February 3rd. So I thought to make that.
So regarding the issue of the surveyor's conduct, when the survey is done, the deeds go to the court for probation. Once it's probated, we are mandated to register it, irrespective of the fact that the deed may not be technically sound. So what this new Board of Commissioners has done, Honorable Speaker, we have instituted a partial verification system, which was promulgated as a result of sitting in Banga in 2022 with the former Chief Justice, where it was agreed that any deed coming for probation and registration should go to the land authority first for verification. And by verification, what I mean is against the system we developed. Goes for verification, and after verification, but going to the court, that deed will be accompanied by a fixed stamp. And once it comes from the court, now easily register it to avoid the issue, because you know the court is not as technically sound as the land authority is, to be able to see which land who allowed where and all that. So that system, I'm pleased to inform you that that system now is in place. They have started taking effect as of March 1, 2026, using a new D4 with the enhanced security feature. Regarding the issue of, there was a question on the legal administrative procedure of land issuing.
We still dealing with Happy Kolo. Yeah, we expect the GSA boss to complete Happy Kolo issue, then we excuse the GSA boss and deal with it. Yeah, you come back. You come back. You was Happy Kolo specifically, going to go step by step. The communication are all in different categories. So, the witness, yeah.
He talked about the parcel, from March 1st. I just have an inquiry for him because I have a little bit idea when it comes to what he's talking about. Now, my inquiry has to do with your.
That's not for inquiry.
It's an information. Okay, information we jump in somebody can get away through information, through inquiry.
Yeah.
They are all veteran here now.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So it has to do with what you just spoke about when you said as of March 1st, you talk about every issue. I have not heard you talk about a national cadastre, wherein we are able to capture cadastre is so in the absence of a national cadastre, how will we be able to track all of these land parcels that we are talking about so that when there is time for verification, we are able to be accurate on our records?
So no, you answer my question to the please back it up. Let me go ahead to the GS boss. Please take the floor on the issue of Happy Kono. That conclude Happy Kono. Just give me a question. That you have a Kono, you conclude Happy Kono, you go to the other issue.
Honorable Speaker and Deputy Speaker, member of this Honorable House, I'm pleased today to inform you, based on the report from the Land Authority and from a statement also from the court, being the custodian of government property, we understood the situation of Happy Kono, and knowing the fact that if some of you can recall, there we had the first custom building, and then there we had a ferry when even the bridge was not in existence. And when the issue came out, I invited all of the stakeholders, the business people, to hold a meeting with them to know exactly what was unfolding in there. And based on the report from the Land Authority and the map that was provided, we were able to go through to identify that yes, the Cooper family, I think James Cooper or one Cooper, there's a property for them, but government got her own property on the other side hitting the river. And upon the investigation at our office, we planned a site visit along with all of the parties. And there was a day that we went there, all of the businesses that are on our land, along with the Cooper family, we went through the process, and there were several fireplaces that went on, where the government held a cornerstone. The cornerstone was broken, and then cemented, and the soil was verified. And then where even today, if you leave from here, you go where the ferry used to land. Those big iron that were holding the ferry is still there. And so I authorized all of those that were on the Cooper side, and then they raised their hands. And I told them those that are legitimately on the Cooper land can continue, but those that are on the government side should wait until we can do a proper demarcation of the property to know exactly where we are. And so I authorized them, especially the Taylor Union, that even developed most of the buildings that were there way back. I told them nobody should pay any cent to any lessor until due diligence is made into that process. And happily receiving this communication from the flow invited me, and I think it's prudent enough that we take a contingent action that will stop most of these land issues. And as I tell you, I'm working with the Land Authority so seriously because almost all of the government land in Monrovia or in Monrovia has been encroached upon. Even in Waterside. By this Sunday, this coming Sunday again, we'll be doing another walkthrough where government has around, right opposite the Happy Corner, where government got more than 100 plus schools that is being leased to another institution that is paying minimal rent to government. And people are also encroaching on our land. So I'm happy that we all got to fight this battle and making sure that we go through the process and let the right take its place. So as I speak, these are the inhabitants of the place. We got more than 200 inhabitants that are occupying both the corporate side and that of the government side. And as I said, we did all of the walkthrough, and when you go there, it's clearly identified, it's clearly indicated. But the Cooper family are encouraging upon using business partners overnight, bought a place, and then rebuild. And that's how the cornerstone that was in our place was buried, and then people built new shelter. And during the weekend, you go there, the place is sealed up, but you cannot pass. So with this invitation, we are going to start working with the Justice Ministry to make sure that we go back and redo the demarcation based on the map they have and what we also have, so that we can clearly identify the government property, including where the tailors are. So that's what I know about this property, and I think I've authorized that nobody, those are on the government side, pay any money to anybody until the right is done, and then we can legitimize them and we can move forward. Thank you.
So we can entertain a few questions related to the happy columns, start and close it. So we take at least 5 or 6 questions. And so we start with the proponent.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Deputy, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Kotwa, thank you so much. But just a quick concern. And thank you for the level of work that you and the Liberia Authority have done. There are a few guys who I think you referenced. They come overnight. They evict these people, and then they start to build overnight, and they're collecting 1,500 from each shop. They have a ruling in their possession that I've asked for. They cannot show me. They just show that we have this ruling. Have you got any information as to whether the ruling is legitimate, that they are using to evict people? What do you know concerning that ruling, if there has ever been such ruling that they are using to threaten the people?
Well, according to what I saw from the Cooper family, there was a case taken to ministerial court in West Point, and that case was also ruled in the favor of the tailor union. And we told them, look, your property is clearly demarcated. What we are fighting for is the government side. We are not claiming your property. And they said they got another document. The land authority asked them for that document. That document can never come. I also requested them to bring that document. We have not seen that document. And that's what led me to the walkthrough that we went through on that day to identify the particular portion that is owned to government. And since that time, I'm trying to hold a meeting with the Justice Minister, the land authority, so that we can come up with final decision as to when we can go there to do the remapping of the place and do a demarcation.
Question first. The way forward will be Lindsay. So move.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleague. I think we have to be very serious as we give information to the people out there, our citizens. My issue is with the issue that you just mentioned from the land authority, because the thing is about dual title on deeds. That's one of the major issues in Liberia here. And you make mention of enhanced security future. When you are coming here, also be mindful that we have lawmakers here who are very, very intelligent and they are prudent on information. You said that the security future as it relates to the deed. My question is, we have data interface. When you make reference of security future, there should be a hub of data that will host, especially in alignment with the quote-unquote ACA. So my thing is, what are those security features? What is the database that you can guarantee us, like we have with the National Identification Card?
Information.
Hello.
Information. My colleague, Honorable Speaker, Director Speaker, my colleague is deviating from the conversation I've been here now, reference to African. We had a border questions to be asked when we get to the second part. The question has the
information on street. That question for Dr. Miller. The question for Dr. Obasiro. Obasiro, are you? Okay, let's see. Okay, go ahead. Professor Pia.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, to our witness. We have a junior colleague. We have a junior colleague. He needs to review to me. So, Mr. Speaker, one inquiry. One inquiry, Mr. Cutler, and then I'll do a follow-up question quickly. From your perspective, maybe after you should have answered the letter when you come back, they will speak to that. I want you to just explain this concept of eminent domain. When they say government has eminent domain. And the backdrop of my question is that a lot of times, individuals who claim that have properties, they say government is taking their land. So maybe you can explain the concept of eminent domain for us and for the general public, that will serve as a way out. Secondly, my second question is, you are doing a fantastic job in ensuring where is legitimately owned by government. My question is, what is the ultimate aim? Those who are there now, businesses who are there, if you should have legitimate the property is owned by government, what is the intention? Rental or what for them? Because again, they can't leave from those areas except government wants to take the property and the properties absolutely. So I don't want to
Let's take the final question.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues, to our witness. During your presentation, you mentioned about the property in question being owned by the coupons and partly by the government. Can you speak to the authenticity of the destruction that has been caused as a result of recent demolition? You have an idea as to whether it's legitimate and who perfected that demolition?
Thank you. Well, directly the question there, over Benzi away for happy color issue.
So what about
Honorable Sibo, the question on eminent domain. Government comes in with eminent domain when there's need for development. If a private property is somewhere and there's need that government should build something for the public use, automatically government can come in with eminent domain. It doesn't mean when they apply the eminent domain, you will not be received on other things. It will pay you off or either relocate you to another good side that you will go. But because of that public property that's supposed to be built to seek the welfare of the entire citizenry, automatically you got to remove and then go into the other place. Now when you talk about the issue of the property when we do the demarcation, right now government is in need of money. And whatever that is being paid is going to private property and pockets. So as we go through the demarcation process, all of the businesses are in there will be channeled to pay whatever rent into government revenue. And that's why we are all fighting to make sure that whatever that is being raised in Happy Corner should not be paid to someone individually, but it should be to the central government. We are doing. And when it comes to the demolition of the property there, as I told you, Copa is partnershiping with some other guys who are in the habit of doing whatever they are doing. I think their name is mentioned in the letter I received from the Honorable House here. And these guys are the ones that are coming at the front of putting our peoples out and saying that this property is for them without any legitimate document. But thank God I've heard about it. I was now told when I did the last visit there. But again, we're going to fast track along with the Justice Ministry that will be visiting the Happy Corner to see what is happening. And once it falls in line with what our property is, automatically we'll take another action against those that have demolished the place. That's what we're trying to do our investigation.
Thank you so much. Let's hear the way forward for the Happy Corner issue and then move on to the next.
What about from the now you can way forward for Happy Corner? None of the place.
Oh no.
The bar from Nima, but those land matter. When we start talking about land catastrophe, you got no contribution to make. Mr. Speaker,
Way forward, way forward. Mr. Speaker,
way forward. That after carefully listening to the witnesses and after carefully listening to the witnesses, I move if I can obtain a second that the matter concerning specifically Happy Corner be referred to the following committee for detailed and full understanding of the matter: the Committee on Lands, Mines and Energy and the Committee on Public Utility.
The motion will forward and this investigation will continue by the Land, Mines and Energy and Public Utility. And it being seconded. Are you all ready to vote? Already almost small movement.
So you pro segment
movement. Rubber movement. Yeah, are we ready to vote where you to amend the committee by including judiciary? So they have to do with law is legal.
I'll say accept. Already almost.
Mr. Moving, I'll be ready to vote. Were you to consider that this country with internal affairs committee, I'll be ready to vote. Were you to include internal affairs committee on this because it has to do with the local government and
the movement.
Mr. Bowman, and you're from Liberian, I'm from Lofa. So,
distinguished gentlemen from local country are humbly rejected.
Please, people. My distinguished colleague from Nima County, one of Liberia's well-known geologists. Considering the urgency and the severity of this matter, I want to amend that the report from the committees be made before the closure of this session, this sitting, which is next Friday.
I accept.
Thank you. Already, Buga. Thank you very much. William.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, to the moment, I'll be ready to vote. You gotta be attentive. You gotta be attentive. I'll be ready to vote if we can add the Committee on National Security, Intelligence and Defense, law, land matter, follow around security,
Thank you to my distinguished gentleman from Maryland. But for effectiveness of this matter, we will prefer that it remain with this three committee. So I so reject.
Why are you ready to vote? How does it feel like getting my city here? How does it feel like getting my
just my observation, because there are some critical matters that people want to see how we vote. Please, I hope when we come back next time we'll be voting on the record only kind of matters.
We got an issue on the matter when it comes to where it counts. All those in favor make it do by say yea, those against say nay, those that still make it do by putting your hands up. So the yea has it. Robert Chief Deputy Act accordingly. Can we excuse our witness, the GSA boss? The GSA boss. Only? No. No more issue on there. The issue on there, and they are talking about the GSA boss. We couldn't get the motion. So, go on. Yeah, you go on the side. So we'll continue with the next issue as it relates to Jerry Yobo, over Jerry Yobo and Anthony Williams. Over Jerry Yobo issue. So let's go to the next issue now. They let the attorney can take the lead. That we come up. So now you can display anything that you want to display, because everything else is related to you. So now you can continue. Yes.
The DAC is a technical person. The head of institution is here.
Can you refer to that? You refer to that?
They will share their money now.
We can now ask the technical question to that as a result of the main issue. A few questions already. Let me address those questions. Then we'll take a second bite. Would you start with one? Somebody can have that for me. Oh, baby, cool. Bring us in. Oh, cool. Okay, let's take it over.
I have no seats on the floor. Wait till